welcome to you all to the one-on-one set. Our guest tonight is Kushal Sookrah. He is 27 years old, a calisthenic coach, and tonight he is going to explain to us in more detail about what calisthenics is and how fitness in general has impacted his life positively. Kushal, thank you so much for joining us in the studio of the MBC.
Thanks, Koyal. Thanks for having me here.
Kushal, when we think of working out, typically we think of going to gym or at least lifting weight. This can be true, but not all the time. A workout can actually be achieved anywhere using practically anything, including our very own body weight. You are a calisthenic coach. Explain to us what is calisthenic. How do you define it?
Well, Koyal, calisthenics is a physical training where we use our own body weight to maximize human power and our athletic ability. It's a great way actually to reach your fitness goal with minimal equipment, and it's something that you can do at any time and anywhere. So a great training method that people can use, especially during this COVID situation.
Exactly.
So that's something that I look forward for more people to have this training.
So can we actually practice calisthenics at the comfort of our home?
Yeah, definitely. Calisthenics, you don't need any special accessories or any gym equipment. It's something that you can do at your place. And exercises, bodyweight exercises, just like squat, push-up, pull-up, doesn't require any equipment. So I believe that's definitely something that you can try at your own place.
That's quite appealing actually. But Kushal, what is the fundamental goal of calisthenics?
Calisthenics essentially train us in the way we function throughout our everyday activities. In this type of training, it not only helps us to look better or to get healthier, it also helps us in our everyday activities. The functional movement that we have in calisthenics help us to improve our mobility. It helps us to gain strength and also reduce the risk of getting injured as well.
So in a way we can say that it is like a form of art. Is it near to
Correct.
gymnastic?
Yeah, definitely. Calisthenics is actually a combination, I would say, gymnastic and bodybuilding, where you use the mobility and flexibility from gymnastic and you combine it together with the strength training that you have from bodybuilding.
Okay, and now actually, like you've mentioned about strength, both calisthenic and bodybuilding are forms of strength training. But like we've mentioned earlier, calisthenic doesn't really require us to use any equipment, while bodybuilding requires some external resistance and gym equipment. Is that the only difference that sets calisthenic and bodybuilding apart?
Well, the main difference here that differentiate between calisthenic and bodybuilding is about the closed kinetic chain exercises and open kinetic chain exercises. So let me explain a little bit here. So when we're talking about closed kinetic chain exercise, it's actually when you have a pull-up on a wall and you lift your body weight towards the bar and away from the bar. You're moving your center of mass up towards the bar and away from the bar. So that's a closed kinetic exercise which we use in calisthenics. Now we have open kinetic chain exercise. An open kinetic exercise will be, for example, I'm sure you must have seen this in a gym. It's for example, let's say a lat pull down machine where you just sit down on a chair, you cross your leg, and you just lift the external resistance while your center of mass is fixed. Okay, so and here you're just working your back muscle and you're not involving the other muscle that you have. But compared to a closed kinetic chain exercise, a pull-up bar, you're engaging your core muscle, your core muscle, your bicep muscle, together with your back muscle as well. So that's the main difference here. And again, don't get me wrong here, I'm not against bodybuilding. I've practiced bodybuilding in the past. Both bodybuilding and weightlifting have their own benefits. It's up to the individual to choose which one they would like to go with.
Obviously. Kushal, now that we've understood in general what calisthenics is, tell us more about yourself. How did you develop this interest in calisthenics, in fitness in general?
Long story, but I will try to cut it short just for the sake of this video. I used to be someone very active during my childhood, running, playing football. I used to practice martial arts as well when I was 9 years old. And I don't recall the exact moment when I first got under a barbell, but at some point during my 15, I started to lift weight. And from what I remember, my initial motivation for doing so was a combination of improving my athletic ability for football, and like most teenage boys, was to build my physique. I started to fall in love with bodybuilding. I managed to transform my body, and along the way, I won a few titles as well. I remember I won the most promising athlete at the University of Mauritius in
Wow.
2014. Yeah, and but on the flip side, I developed poor mobility because I was not focusing on my mobility. I remember I was not able to lift my leg above my hip. I was not able to play full football match because I had a weak endurance level. And even though I was able to lift or pull 90 kgs or 100 kgs under a lat pull down machine, I was not able to do a single pull up. And that's where it kind of it made me realize that okay, I'm doing something wrong here. Uh, but a few years ago, I joined the professional world, and my focus actually shifted from fitness, and I gave more importance to my career, and I stopped a little bit going to the gym and all. And then by 2019, I came across a video while surfing on the net. There was a guy with an impressive physique, and he had a complete mastery of his own body weight. He was able to do human flag, and he was able to do a handstand push-up, all those crazy stuff that we have in calisthenics. And there I started to do some research on the net about calisthenics and started to do some basic workouts like push-up, squat and all. And that was, I believe it was in 2020 when when we had the first lockdown and all gym were closed. We had to work with whatever we had at that moment. So I started to, like I said, started with some basic workout and I progressed slowly, but I managed to gain some strength, and that's where exactly I started my fitness journey as a calisthenic athlete.
I completely agree with you. I think fitness is indeed very important in order to stay in good health physically or even mentally. Like they say, a fit body leads to a healthier mind. Kushal, you've mentioned a bit about mobility.
Mhm.
What do you really mean by mobility and how can calisthenics help you achieve that?
Okay, so if you would like to progress in calisthenics, definitely you will have to work on your mobility and flexibility. Why? For example, let's say your goal is to achieve a handstand, right? If you want, and definitely would like to have a handstand, a straight line handstand, which looks good to you, which looks good, right? If you don't have the proper mobility in your shoulder, for example, if you raise your hand and your hand just stay over there and cannot move right away, right back at your back, so that's what we call shoulder flexion mobility. Definitely, your handstand will look like a banana. It look like
Okay.
where you're bending your lower back to compensate to balance your body while you are in a handstand position. So definitely, as you progress in calisthenics, you will have to work on your mobility, and it will increase your mobility in your joints everywhere else as well.
And how did you actually take the decision to be a fitness trainer?
Um, I remember it was during my last year at high school. I was actually trying to know how to become a physical education teacher at that
Okay.
time. But due to the lack of job prospect in that field, I was a little bit skeptical whether I need to go with this job. So I decided to choose a different field. I did my degree in software engineering, and after I became a little bit more stable in my job, I decided to leverage my knowledge in fitness. I did a certification in health and fitness, and I started to share my content on social media, on Instagram, and somehow those posts that I was sharing became motivational to others, and my friends started to contact me. They reach out to me, asking me to train them, to coach them, so that they can achieve a decent level of fitness. And slowly, I had requests from my followers as well, and that's where really I decided to start my journey as a fitness trainer. And recently, I have been uh, actually approached by a gym to become a fitness coach specialized in calisthenics.
So we can say that it's been a good journey so far for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying I've learned everything. I'm still learning. I'm still making mistake, but I still need to improve. All the mistakes that I'm making at the moment, I'm learning from it. For example, recently I've made a mistake where I kind of injured my lower back. So that's a lesson learned, and it's how you improve. I'm enjoying the journey. That's actually you have to enjoy your journey. If you're not
Course.
enjoying your journey, you will feel frustrated each time you're making a mistake, each time you're getting injured. So injuries, mistake, all form part of the fitness journey, and you should keep moving forward.
Practice makes perfect, actually.
Definitely, yeah.
Kushal, you've mentioned that you have your own career apart. So, is it actually difficult for you to strike a balance between your professional life and your passion for fitness?
Um, just being as passionate as I am in my fitness journey, I'm also passionate about my professional career as well. And this allows me to have a perfect balance in my life. And here, I need to thank my family for all their support. Without them, I don't think I will have achieved all this stuff. And also the company that I work as well, because they have provided me the flexibility to work from home. Instead of traveling from home to office, I could use that time to do my workout and all that stuff. So on one hand, I have my fun, my escape, and on the other hand, I have my satisfaction and my survival, right? So it's something that I've managed to strike a good balance between these two, and I'm enjoying my journey.
Perfect balance, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Calisthenics tend to fly under the radar, but it does offer numerous benefits to our overall fitness. Share with us some benefits of calisthenics.
Well, I don't think we need to go too far here to look for benefits of doing calisthenic. First of all, like I said, calisthenic do not require any gym equipment or any accessories, so you can do it in the comfort at your own place. So it's one of the most cost-effective training method that we have. And then secondly, calisthenic work multiple muscle at once. So compared to weightlifting where you just isolate a specific muscle and you just work on that muscle, calisthenic work multiple muscle at once. For example, like I said, a pull-up, when you're doing a pull-up, it works your core muscle and your bicep as well. So and due to this greater amount of muscle engagement in body weight exercises, it's going to burn more calories. So if someone is interested in, for example, losing some weight, they can definitely try calisthenic exercise or body weight exercises.
What about if we want to gain some weight? Can we try calisthenics? Like, does it help us to build muscles?
Yeah, definitely. Well, your body doesn't know if you're doing weightlifting or if you're doing calisthenic, right? What your body knows is about the resistance that you apply to your muscle fibers. So whether it's you're using weight to increase resistance, or you're being creative with your body weight to increase the resistance to improve or to make the exercise difficult, you're still going to target your muscle fibers. Your muscle fibers are going to broken down, and that's definitely where you're going to have muscle growth. So definitely calisthenic improves or will help you to gain muscle mass as well.
And does the calisthenic exercises help to improve our endurance level as well?
Yeah, similarly, like once you start increase the intensity in your workout, it's going to improve your endurance level as well. It's not like when you're training just for strength, it's just going to improve your strength. Also going to improve your endurance level as well, right?
Kushal, while doing a little bit of research, I've also come across that calisthenics contribute to develop motor skills that require our brain to work hard as well as our body. What are your views on that?
Definitely, calisthenics improve motor skill as well, such as coordination, precision, speed. In Mauritius, especially in boxing, it was already introduced way before, where boxers are using calisthenics to improve their hand-to-eye coordination, right? So that they can improve their, that they can avoid a punch or they can hit their opponent better with more speed and with more precision. So yeah, definitely it's going to improve your motor skill as well.
And concerning boosting our mental health, has calisthenics helped you to reduce stress or your anxiety level in your day-to-day life?
Absolutely. I think if someone has these kind of problem where they have stress, anxiety, or I don't know any other kind of mental health issues, definitely calisthenic will improve that. Not just calisthenic, but any kind of training will definitely improve it because as you are working out, your body is releasing chemicals such as endorphin, and this will make your body feel good. So definitely, I will encourage people who have these kind of mental issues to go and try working out. It's only going to help you in your mental health.
Kushal, what are the calisthenic exercises that you would recommend a beginner and why?
Well, it depends on how you categorize a beginner. If you have someone who had a decent background in fitness, where he used to work out, but for some reason he has stopped training for a while, and now he's trying to get back to fitness, definitely that person will improve much quicker in his fitness compared to someone who has never done a single push-up or a single pull-up in his entire life. So we cannot really have the same kind of body weight exercises for each beginner. Each individual will have their unique workout plan, so we cannot really generalize here.
So, the exercises that you plan for someone mainly depend on the person's fitness level, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When we have someone or whenever someone approach me, we need to do a screening or an assessment about their background in fitness. So that's where I actually go and ask them about their background in fitness. We get to know a little bit about what level that person is in terms of fitness, and especially we have to discuss about their medical history as well. Some people have medical history, like I don't know, like heart diseases as well that we need to consider before we plan a workout plan for those individuals.
Kushal, what are the difficulties that you've encountered while training someone?
Well, a lot of difficulties, I would say, but I would like to single one difficulty that I think it's quite common for fitness coach to encounter. It's actually about the expectation that the individual might have. For example, you might have someone who has an expectation of losing 20 kilos in just 2 weeks, and that's an unrealistic expectation. So you have to reset the expectation, you have to reset their goal, because if they have an unrealistic expectation and if they don't meet that goal or that the expectation that they had, they're going to feel disappointed and eventually they're going to give up on their fitness goal. So that's one of the main difficulty that you're going to encounter when I started actually as a fitness coach.
We are actually drawing towards the end of this episode, but before that, Kushal, what are your ambitions now as a fitness trainer?
Well, my objective actually as a fitness coach is to continue to help my client to achieve their goal and ensure that they adopt a healthy lifestyle that will only help them in the long run.
And any advice you would like to give our youngsters to encourage and motivate them to adopt a healthy lifestyle?
Sure, I think nutrition is something that can be easily overwhelming for youngsters or teenagers. Like what kind of macros nutrients they should have, like protein, carbs, fats, or how many calories they should consume, what style of nutrition they should have. All that stuff can be sometimes too overwhelming for a teenager or a youngster. So I would advise all the teenagers or the youngsters, don't overcomplicate it. eat home cooked food or whole food. Focus on balanced meal, like ensure you have good sources of proteins, fruits, veggies in your diet. That will help you to progress a lot. Trust me on this. And this second thing that I would like to talk about is make training an important part of your life, but don't let it consume your life at the expense of other aspect of your life. Like if they don't say no to social event like going out with your friend or family, uh, go out and build relationship with your friends, your close one, or your family members, because that's going to help you to become a better person in your life. And also apply the same work ethics that you are applying to your fitness in other aspect of your life, like in your job, in your relationship with I don't know if you have a part-time job or anything like this, because from what I've learned from training is hard work, consistency, and discipline bring results. So keep moving, keep progressing, and I'm pretty sure you are going to achieve your goal.
Thank you so much, Kushal. It was such a pleasure to have you on the set of One on One and learn more about calisthenics and fitness.
Thank you for having me here again.
Dear viewers, we have now come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for your time. We hope to catch you next week at the same time, same channel. For now, have a great evening.